Hello everyone, welcome to the chemistry lecture. So today we will discuss the one compound of carboxylic acid, and that compound is called as a oxalic acid, which is very important, particularly in the family of carboxylic acid. So we will discuss the structure, its chemical preparation, and later on some applications in organic chemistry. So stay connected with us up to the end of the lecture. So hope all of you are good, doing well. So let's start with this one. So you know that this carboxylic acid, particularly that COH and COH, that compound is called as a oxalic acid. So this is called as a oxalic acid. This compound is also called as ethane dioic acid. This compound is simply called as ethene dioic acid. So physically it is colorless and crystalline and toxic organic compound. So it is a family of carboxylic acid. It is a class of or family of carboxylic acid. So it have two COH group, okay, which are directly joined together. So that one is called as a dicarboxylic acid, and here structurally it can be represented as C double bond O H, and here C double bond O H. So it is a dicarboxylic acid. Now this compound is widely used in particularly the use or the purpose in the what to rinse the in laundries particularly. So where one can say it remove the rust. So for removal of what rust, or one can say ink stain, it is very useful compound, okay. And simply those compound of rust means what iron containing system, so it can form a complex with that iron now, okay. And that's why in many cases what, particularly in automobiles, okay, so for removal of what scale, you know that scale is a type of what the layer which is developed on many metals. The scale, for removal of the scale now, so for removal of scale, the use of dicarboxylic acid is used now particularly. So that is one of the essential compound, okay, in automobile industries also. So for the removal of what the scale, as well as for the removal of rust and the ink stain now. So this compound is simply this is the what formula COH, or structurally this is the formula, and here the simple one is a C2, then H2, and here O4, okay. Or here it is a crystalline material, so it is always in the form of what hydrate, so COOH twice and twice H2. So actually the carboxylic acid, that is oxalic acids, are found in this one. So this compound is a constituent of wood sorrel, okay, from which where the oxalic acid get extracted. So it is a first synthetically prepared in 1776. First preparation in 17th century by from wood sorrel, particularly by heating the sodium formate in the presence of what alkali as a catalyst, okay. So sodium formate means this one. So here the heating of the sodium formate, particularly in the presence of what alkali as a metal now, and basis as a catalyst now. So here and another preparations or from which we can prepare this dicarboxylic acid, like oxalic acid, is from sawdust, heating of sawdust with caustic alkalis, okay, or by fermentation of sugars now, sugar solution in the presence of certain molds now. So there are some many methods are there. So here this one from wood sorrel, and in 1776 the first preparation is there for oxalic, that is carboxylic acid, okay. Okay, now let's move to the another particularly. So this is the dicarboxylic acid. so must be called as a di-basic acid because it have the two COH group and both hydrogens get easily get, one can say, ionized. So that's why it is called as a dicarboxylic acid, or it is called as a di-basic acid. So let's we'll move to the next part of this one. So if you compare the acidic strength of carboxylic acid like acetic acid versus oxalic acid like dicarboxylic acid, this one. So you know that, so here this is monobasic acid, this is dibasic acid, and obviously so here the oxalic acid is more or greater acidic strength than what the acetic acid now. Okay, so in many cases this one is also act as a reducing agent. Okay, and its conjugate, one can say its conjugate base, okay, is called as a oxalate. You know that this dicarboxylic acid is give the 2 proton. So I will show you the resonating structures and all this thing. So this is COH, just a second. Okay, so COH and COH by first ionization, so it becomes a COO negative COH, and in the second ionization it becomes a COO and CO negative. Now this is called as a conjugate base. Conjugate base is nothing but the one less proton, conjugate base now. Okay, and here this is called as a oxalate ion. Okay, this is called as a oxalate. Okay, this one. And in, you know that in coordination chemistry it is act as a chelating agent, so for what the many cations like metals, etc. And basically you know that it is generally always in the dihydrate form. So remember this one, so that is this carboxylic acid always in the hydrate form like this. So this is actual crystalline form of the your compound. That compound is called as a oxalic acid. Okay, let's move on to the some important one. Okay, so I know that you know that what particularly, so it's preparation from wood sorrel. Okay, and in the first preparations from what the Switzerland. Okay, and Carl Scheele, he is the founder behind this carboxylic acid like oxalic acid. So Carl, so he is the founder of, and in 1776 he prepared the first method how to prepare the oxalic acid by just sugar with nitric acid. Okay, so and that's why that method is called as a Soccer-Syra. Soccer-Syra means from sugar acid. Okay, so these are the some introductory part about your one can say dicarboxylic acid. Okay, so let's move on to the next one, next part, this, that is preparation, how to prepare the carboxylic acid. So that is what oxalic acid. So it is prepared or it is manufactured from carbohydrate using nitric acid as a V2O5 as a catalyst. Okay, so I will show you the reaction. So this is what carbohydrate plus nitric acid in this one. Okay, V2O5, and that will give you a product. So that is oxalic acid. So so there are many methods are there from which one can prepare your compound, and that is a dicarboxylic acid. So here, so we will see the some methods of preparation how to prepare this dicarboxylic acid. So first of all, it is prepared from ethylene glycol. So CH2OH and CH2OH, so it is called ethylene glycol. Just a minute. Okay, when ethylene glycol on oxidation, you know that using an oxidizing agent like powerful K2Cr2O7 in H2SO4, so it will be converts into the dicarboxylic acid. Like here that alcohol get oxidized to carboxylic acid, plus here byproduct is water now. The second method, this is the first method of preparation of carboxylic acid, that is oxalic acid. Now the second method is from cyanogen. So what is the cyanogen now? So it is a diacyanide, and when cyanogen on hydrolysis particularly and in acidic medium, it will be converts into the oxalic acid. Okay, and here byproducts are ammonium chloride. Nitrogen is evolved in the form of, or nitrogen is get converted in the form of ammonium chloride as a salt now. So these are the two simple methods from which we can prepare the oxalic acids. First from glycol, that is ethylene glycol, from ethylene glycol, and second one is from cyanogen. Okay, and this is your compound oxalic acid. Okay, the next part, that is what the reactions. So how the chemical reactions, how this oxalic acids participate in the different reactions, so that will be called as a reactions. So first reaction is esterification. You know that what is esterification now? Any carboxylic acid when combined with alcohol, example is this one. So there is a removal of water, particularly from hydrogen from alcohol and OH from carboxylic acid, it form a ester. So that compound is called as a RCOOR. And always remember, in RCOOR, this part is coming from your alcohol, this part is coming from alcohol, and this part is coming from the acid now. Remember this, and that method is called as a esterification, because we are converting carboxylic acid and alcohol to the ester now. So this functional group is called as a ester. This is your carboxylic acid and this is your alcohol. So that reaction is simple via losing water molecule. It will be called as a esterification process. Now carboxylic acid is show the some very specific reaction. So first of all, what is that oxalic acid? COOH and COOH. When it combined with an one equivalent of what, ethanol as an alcohol, so like C2H5OH, what happened now? So there is a simple removal of water will be takes place, and CO2H. Look at this one now. In that case, OC2H5. This is the first esterification method, the first step. In the second step also the second equivalent will be involved, that is C2H5OH. One more you will get the product here. This is CO and this is CO. Okay, and remaining here OC2H5, OC2H5. Now here the first compound, always again there should be acid is there, acid as a catalyst. Okay, so here this is the oxalic acid. Okay, here it is ethyl oxalate. This is called ethyl oxalate, and it is called as a diethyl oxalate now. So number of COH group, that equals to number of ester. Okay, so here two COH groups are there, both are get participated, and it will be converted into the ester now. So that method is called as a esterification process now. So this is called as a esterification process, where esters are formed now from particularly the, and you know that each reaction water will be eliminated. So here first equivalent and here will be the second equivalent. Okay, this is the simple reaction. That reaction is called as a esterification. Now later on the another reaction with ammonia. Now what happened when any, so reaction with ammonia. The very simple reaction. So you know that any carboxylic acid like COOH, when combined with ammonia now, that reaction is called as ammonolysis. So NH3 now. What happened now? Again there is a water will be eliminated, and here it will be form RCO and NH2 now. This is called as a amide now. Okay, so here amide formation is there now, and you know that in carboxylic acid like oxalic acid, so two COH groups are there, CO2H. Now what happened now, the first equivalent, so like in the presence of what ammonia, okay, excess of ammonia, so it will be form a COO NH4 COO NH4. Obviously there will be acid base reaction is there. So first of all what happened, so this lone pair particularly will takes that hydrogen and it converts into the RCOO negative and NH4 plus. This is ammonium carboxylate ion, and then later on heating it will be converts to amide now. Okay, this will be formed, and later on heating it will be converts into the carbonyl linkage CONH2 and CONH2. So this is called as a oxamide, which is called as what? Oxamide. So this is the second reaction which will be formed, the reaction with the carboxylic acid and with the ammonia, that will be called as a amide formation. Okay, the next reaction, that is reaction with glycerol. What will happen when oxalic acid is reacts with reaction with glycerol? Now what is glycerol now? Glycerol is, you know that glycerol is a compound where 3 hydroxy groups are present now, and that will be called as a trihydroxy molecule. And I have the structure of a carboxylic acid. So this will be a CO, then another CO, and here this is OH and this is OH now. Okay, this is the structure of what here compound. That compound is called as a carboxylic oxalic acid. Okay, I will mention here. So CO, OH and OH. You know that ethylene glycol is a compound where how many OH are there now? It is a trihydroxy compound now. This is CH, OH, and here this is CH2 and OH. Now look at this one. So this type of a reaction is a simple dehydration reaction where water get eliminated at high temperature, because we are using the 230 degrees Celsius temperature. So here two water molecules from here will get eliminated like this one. So I will show you how this water molecule will be free now, and here this one. So in that case what, two equivalent of what water will be eliminated, okay, and results in the formation of a specific compound. Look at this one. So this will be a CO, this will be a CO, okay, and remaining are, this is O, CH2 and this will be a CHO, and here CH2 OH. Later on this will undergo the cleavage by using high temperature, and it will form a allyl alcohol. What is that allyl alcohol now? CH2 double bond CH and single bond CH2OH. So this is look like here, this is called as a allyl alcohol. So the reaction with glycerol, it will be form a allylic alcohol. The later on one more important reaction, particularly in the case of what, the oxalic acid. Okay, now in the case of what oxalic acid, when you simply heated it, so the action of heat, one can say action of heat. Now you know that carboxylic acids have COH group, and when you heat it, it will it will evolve the carbon dioxide, and depending on the temperature, at different temperature it give the different products now. So we will first consider, so this is carboxylic acid CO2H, example is oxalic acid. When that CO2H on heating at specific temperature means, in first case the temperature is what, 95 to 100 degrees Celsius, and second case 195 to 200 degrees Celsius. So you know that as per the temperature increases, elimination will be preferred now. That is remole of what CO2 will be preferred. So look at this one. In the first case, so formic acid plus evolution of one CO2 is takes place now at 95 to 100 degrees Celsius temperature. While if we raise the temperature like 195 to 200, so all get evolved like one CO2, one CO, and plus water molecule will be there now. So on the by applying the temperature at different temperature, it shows the different products now. So this is your first compound that is called as a dicarboxylic acid, and it can be simply represented as like this fashion. Okay, so now this is the structure of what carboxylic acid. It is a dicarboxylic acid, and according to the IUPAC nomenclature, how can you nomenclate it? So first of all, we have first find out the numbers. So this is the first number, this is the second number. So in that case, your parent carbon is 2. So that's why whenever parent carbon is 2 now, so we have the word is eth, then we have root word, that is eth now particularly. So primary suffix, then carbon carbon single bond is there, that's why it is called as ene. And here the primary suffix, that is functional group, here functional group is oic acid now. So replacement of E by oic acid, but there are two oic acids are there, should be mentioned as a 2, that is di, and at the position is 1 2. So if we combine all these things, so the name of the compound is 1 2 ethane dioic acid, or ethane 1,2 dioic acid. This is the simple name of the compound, or simply called as a ethane dioic acid or oxalic acid. So this is about your first compound, that is oxalic acid. So thank you for watching this lecture. Hope all of you are understood what I am trying to explain you. This is the important compound of a carboxylic acid. Thank you.